Welcome once again to our Bible study in the Daily Bible Devotional. We are newly starting in Volume 3, which begins in the book of Philippians. Today we are in chapter 2, and we'll move all the way through Revelation. Once again, thank you for your kind support. You're welcome to watch or listen to these every day, and if you'd like to have your own copy, either of Volume 3 itself or the entire New Testament volume, just remember you can go to Amazon, you can type in my name, and they'll come right up for you. Thank you again for the variety of ways that you've supported this project. Let's jump in now. Philippians chapter 2. God's people are urged to live in unity, humility, and love, putting others above themselves. Paul calls us to imitate Christ, who, though fully God, humbled himself by taking on human form and becoming obedient to death on a cross. Because of this humility, God exalted him and gave him the name above every name. Every knee will bow one day, and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Paul encourages them to seek their salvation with reverence, knowing God is working in them. He urges believers to shine like lights in a dark world by living without complaining or arguing. Paul also commends Timothy and Epaphroditus as faithful examples of service and selflessness, encouraging the church to honor those who live sacrificially for the sake of Christ. How does that work in your life and mine? Well, Christians must live with humility as Christ did. We are challenged to put the needs of others above our own and to approach life with a servant's heart. When we let go of selfish ambition, we reflect the heart, character, and sacrifice of Jesus and promote unity within our community. We are reminded that obedience and a positive attitude are crucial to following God, and that the Father exalts those who live in love like Jesus. As we live out our faith, we're called to shine in a dark world through our attitudes, words, and love. Let us strive to serve faithfully, encourage one another, and support those who devote their lives to spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. Here are a few thought questions to help you on that mission today. Number one, how do you go above and beyond to maintain love and unity among fellow believers? How important is unity to the Father? If you've been around God's people for any amount of time at all, you know we have a lot of good qualities, and each of us have our own failings and challenges. Unity and maintaining love is work. How worthy is that work? And what are ways that you are pursuing togetherness in a world that promotes division? Number two, in what ways must you embody the same attitude as Jesus when he came to earth? What does humility look like in your daily life? Remember, Jesus was exalted above all, but the only way others could be saved is if he went first and humbled himself. He changed his position to lift others up. How are you like him in the relationships that govern your life? And then finally, we're called to be lights in the world, quote, holding fast the word of life. What does that mean? And why is it important to prioritize it? You understand that question, holding fast the words of life? What a wonderful idea. What is that? And how in particular does it help you affect the world to lead them and help them see Jesus, lead them to him? Let's finish with a prayer. Gracious God, thank you for the example of Christ's humility and love. Help us to follow his example by putting others before ourselves and serving with joyful hearts, especially among your people. Shape our attitudes to reflect Christ's mindset, free from pride and full of mercy. Work in us to will and to act according to your good purpose. May we shine like lights in this world, living with integrity, compassion, and unity. Give us strength to obey even when it's hard, and help us to do everything without grumbling or arguing. Transform our hearts to look more like Jesus. Will you call upon God to do that today? Ask God by any means necessary to soften and shape your heart to be more like his Son. I hope that this read and study helps, and that God blesses you today.